Jayden Daniels has spoken one more time today.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Mahomes is on Mount Rushmore, right? In many people's books, correct?
Well, I was the first one to put him there on this show, so yes.
Okay, so you agree. Travis Kelce, he's on the Mount Rushmore tight ends, right? He's on the.
Shake your head, TJ, but I was.
Okay.
And he only had one ring at the time.
Okay. So, well, you are the maestro of Overreaction Monday. So.
I mean, I'm not doing a bit. It really happened.
The fact that Jayden Daniels
you did it 1 week, and the next week you said he wasn't.
The fact that Jayden Daniels is one of the most fascinating figures in all of sports right now, and is the most fascinating figure of Championship Sunday, just speaks volumes as to how inspiring he is to the fans of Washington and just the casual fans all over the place. And maybe part of the reason why people love Jayden Daniels is he did, in fact, win them a fantasy championship. Certainly if you doubled him up with Terry McLaurin, as, say, Chris and I did.
He won me two.
You won you 2 leagues, right?
Just pointing it out.
And so, as I mentioned earlier on in the postseason, the Commander, you got teams like generational and potentially dynastic, like the Chiefs, and then you've got the Bills trying to break through for their starved fan base, and you got the Eagles, who are, the Eagles, they're Karl Anthony Towns' favorite team, but they're also a team that a lot of people coming into the season had expectations, and they're meeting them. And then you've got the Why Not Us team, the team with a youthful exuberance where players don't know what they should know, which is like they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And they're like, why can't we? Why not us? The underdog, nobody believes in us card, playing it. And they're not just sucking out on the river. They're just they're beating everybody on the flop. Mm-hmm. So Jayden Daniels was asked today, as he's about to head off to Philadelphia, to potentially become the first rookie quarterback to ever take care of the 1, 2, and 3 seeds in his playoff bracket, about being the underdog.
How much do you enjoy this kind of situation on the road, kind of an underdog, and what do you think?
Me personally, I just, no matter if it's a home or away game, I treat it the same. It's always good to have everybody tries to write an underdog story, but for us, it's just, we're just going out there and playing confident, we can compete against these guys, and that's a very good team. So there's nothing I take a little extra motivation. I'm already motivated to go into the game, regardless if it was week 2 or, the NFC Championship game.
You seem to enjoy kind of going back and forth with the Lions fans last week, though. Does that kind of get you a bit riled up?
Nah, it wasn't even no back and forth. They're rightfully so talking. They're trash, and I didn't really say anything. It just kind of let my play do the talking.
Mm-hmm. What does get him riled up?
I don't know. Probably something dumb like video game or something. You know what I mean?
Maybe somebody gets his order wrong in a restaurant.
Probably not. Yeah.
What is it? Somebody reclines a seat into his.
That would do it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he can fly first honestly, now, so that wouldn't even be a problem.
Everybody, we're all in the media hunting and pecking. What pisses you off, man? What motivates you? Why are you so damn good? Why aren't you staring into the spotlight and shrinking? Why do you keep getting bigger? And the answer is, I don't know. I just like playing. Right? I mean, is that it? Right?
Sure.
I honestly think asking him a question of do you like being the underdog? People discount you, and he's just like, well, you know what? I mean, are we the underdog? That's basically what he's saying. But he's not, giving out bulletin board material in that regard, right? He's not saying, why do you think we're the underdogs? I mean, we've been killing people. We've been doing well. Have you not seen what we're doing? That doesn't seem to be in his DNA. It's just oh, really? And I know that you speak to any Commander fan, that they will regurgitate the mantra of anytime, anywhere. We'll go anywhere. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Anytime, anywhere. That's him.
Is he the best quarterback in the NFC?
You can make the case. If he represents the NFC in the Super Bowl, how can you argue against it?
Even if he has a great game and the Eagles still win.
Who are the other great quarterbacks in the NFC? You put Jared Goff in there, right? Since Goff is...
Yeah, MVP finalist.
Right.
You can put Dak in there?
Well, I'm just about to try to make a point.
Oh, okay.
If you don't mind me saying. You could say it's Hurts and it's Goff And Baker Mayfield had an incredible season.
2 good years for
Stafford.
Baker.
And Stafford. Didn't get a chance to play Stafford. But if he beats
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Baker in his house, and then one and done's Goff in his house, then strolls into Jalen's house and beats him, who's to argue with what you just said? And then if he goes and beats Mahomes and Allen, then you could start talking about the best in the NFL at the position.
It's a little
Come on now.
guys. Like, come on.
If he wins the Super Bowl, I'll put him in the top 5.
Come on.
But for 2024 season, how can you argue against what?
For the whole year?
Yeah. Why not? Okay. Let's just let him go into Philadelphia and see what we do. What he does first.
So you're saying the best in the NFC, and you're saying if he does all this, the best in football.
Yeah.
If he goes on the road and beats Baker, the NFC South champ, who had a stupendous season.
He did.
Goff, NFC North champ, NFC regular season champ, MVP candidate, one and done's him, 15 wins in his house, and then goes into Jalen Hurts' house and takes care of the Eagles in that house, and then goes to the Super Bowl as the first ever rookie quarterback and wins that against Mahomes/Allen?
Come on. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Then let's
when you put it that way.
these are the facts of the case.
Okay. Well, you do all that. You deserve to be the best quarterback.
I understood.
For sure.
Right?
This time, I'll tell you what, nobody gets me fired up quite like our Joe Musso does, voicing over some of those videos. Here is a look at the schedule. First up, you got the NFC Championship game with the Eagles and the Commanders. That is Sunday at 3 Eastern. And then on CBS at 6:30 Eastern, you got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, that's on CBS at 6:30 Eastern and streaming on Paramount+. And with that, let's get in NFL on CBS analyst Charles Davis to help us break down these matchups. Always good to see you, CD, on a Friday. Let's start with these Commanders. With a win, Jayden Daniels could be the first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. It is a huge deal. So how does Washington keep him calm when, to this point, it's the biggest game of his life?
Katie, I don't think Washington has anything to worry about. That's just Jayden Daniels' natural state. I was just so struck when we watched him in the last game at Detroit, and our brothers and sisters over at over at Fox who had done the game, they kept flashing him on the bench. Partner Kevin Burkhardt at one point asked, does he even have a pulse? I don't worry about Jayden Daniels. Washington doesn't have to do anything different. Dan Quinn doesn't have to put his arm around him and talk to him. That's who Jayden Daniels is. And that works quite well for Washington, his calmness.
Yeah, I mean, he's never met pressure or a blitz package that freaked him out. So even with Vic Fangio and those guys coming at him, I'm not worried about him as well. Now, to the other side, Jalen Hurts coming into the showdown, well, for lack of a better word, hurt, right? Fresh off completing concussion protocol ahead of the playoffs. Hurts was injured in the divisional round against the Rams and will be fighting through a left knee injury against Washington on Sunday. So how do the Eagles get the most out of their star quarterback?
I think throwing the ball early, and they've struggled being consistent throwing the ball, as you've noticed, Katie, down the stretch with Jalen Hurts before he got hurt. They've had inconsistencies in the passing game. A lot of that, not just Jalen Hurts being out. Dallas Goedert, their tight end, missed 7 games. Devontae Smith missed a stretch of games at midseason. A.J. Brown's been fighting through a knee injury. So their primary targets haven't been on the field at the same time, haven't practiced at the same time, so the timing's not there. But Jalen Hurts has been back for a few weeks, as has everyone else. I would throw the ball early if I were them. If Kellen Moore, their offensive coordinator, it's going to be a stacked box, Katie. They're going to be staring at 8 at a minimum on 1st down and 10 for Saquon Barkley. Best throwing windows, right off of that. Some play action, give him some shots, give him some passes, get the ball to people, get him into rhythm. That way, maybe you don't have to worry about him having to be a primary runner as he usually is. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see about that one. I don't think his passing game has been as strong. So I like your take on that. Let's get the ball going early. Let's get him in some kind of a rhythm for all the reasons that you just stated there. Enough about the NFC, right? The Niners aren't even playing in that game. Let's talk about the one on CBS in the AFC. Charles, it's been 2 years in a row now where Travis Kelce has seemingly had a lackluster regular season and then magically in the playoffs comes alive. Last week, 117 yards and a touchdown versus the Texan. Is playoff Kelce a thing for the Chiefs offense?
Oh, well, first of all, thanks for playing hurt with your 49ers not in it. Katie, you always answer the bell. But playoff Trav is real. Playoff Trav is absolutely real. It doesn't matter who we're talking about. The best of the best in any sport tend to raise their play come playoff time, when it's time to try and win the big trophy, and Travis Kelce is no different. Now, I thought that in their last ball game against Houston, he was too wide open too many times. But we did see a couple of occasions where he caught the ball, made a move, and picked up additional yardage, something we didn't see much of in the regular season. I do expect that to continue, but I can't believe Buffalo won't have a thing or two to try and make sure that he's making more contested catches.
A pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. 7 yards the pick up there. 3 yards remain for second down. Fitzpatrick now. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to next one. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Smith escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Capital and FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Buffalo Bills. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.